It's always nice to do a talking technical show. And tonight is a special night because I think it was about a week or 2 weeks ago, somebody tweeted a photo of himself with sitting in a shack and watching the program. I don't know if he was watching it on TV or on his cell phone. Maybe it looks like it was like more of an old TV screen that I saw there with a very weak light. And he made some notes while I was doing the program. So I would like anyone tonight, if there's 3 guys, I'm going to offer it to 3 guys that is really struggling to make ends meet, that would like to learn about technical analysis and is watching the show and can send us a photo while he's doing notes and he's watching the show. We will offer him 2 or 3 months free subscription to our Candle of the Day or the newsletter. That was really a nice photo, and thank you. And I hope all the best for yourself. Well, let's have a look here. I've got plenty requests, and the first one that I've got here was from a guy with the name of Benny. He was looking for Anheuser Busch. Now, let's have a look at Anheuser Busch. And let's see if we can look at this chart. And of course, remember, it's a very interesting time of the year as well. It's always October. Everybody's always nervous about October for market corrections, but we did see a bit of a sell-off during September. But if you look at Anheuser Busch, and me and Christelle chatted about it a while back, if you look at this chart, and I want to show you here, and I just want to put in the 40-week moving average. And remember, this is a weekly chart. And I would like to use a 40-week moving average because that's the moving average that all the long-term guys are making or make use of. And let's have a look. Now, if you look at Anheuser Busch, and remember, this is a beautiful, massive company. But look at this chart. I mean, there's a high. That was in October 2017. A low, a double top. It gave us a beautiful bounce. And now it's trying to find some traction to the top, but it does not. There's another double top that is in play now, and what worries me is the following. I just would like to show you here, and you will immediately see what I'm telling you here. If you look at this chart, and if you look at that double top that we've seen here, there's the top, there's another top. It's just in play now, and while the chart is telling us the share is consolidating below 859 Rand and 80 cents, and we see a goodbye kiss here. Momentum to the chart is to the downside. So what it tells me is that be careful about Anheuser Busch. And yes, Benny, it is a good company. Remember, they've got a lot of debt. And for me personally, I will only get excited if it can get above 865 Rand and 66 cents. If it bounces above that, we can see 918 Rand, 1018, and even 1073. And only then this double top scenario will be out of the way. So if you do buy it above that first level, make use of a stop loss of 801 Rand and 20 cents. Unfortunately, for the moment, the chart does not look nice. Look at that. Beautiful, ugly downtrend. Well, let's have a look at British American tobacco. That was Maya that's asking about it. Let's have a look here. And remember, British American tobacco is always a very good dividend payer. And a lot of people buy that for a dividend. And I'm looking at the weekly chart again. And actually, Christelle showed this. Somebody else asked also about British American tobacco. But what did we see? When we chatted about the chart, is we saw the following. We saw the ugly head and shoulder formation. Look at that. And there's the left shoulder. There's the head. And there's numerous right shoulders. And we're just below the neckline of 516 Rand and 58 cents. And also take note that we're consolidating below the 40-week moving average. Now, if this is right, we can see this chart. Can you believe that? If you project that, and even if it's a good dividend player, it makes me a little bit worried that I see this chart, because for those that's watching the show for many, many years, you will remember there was a chart once that I said, and I was still on the show with Julieta, and I said, Julieta, I hope I'm completely wrong. And that was Sasol. Sasol surprised us to the downside with an ugly head and shoulder formation. So I hope I'm completely wrong. So if you look at British American Tobacco, and if we consolidate below this neckline, the target of this chart, if it plays out in full, will be 392 Rand 17. So it is time that British American Tobacco, first of all, get above 545.90, that's the 40-week moving average, and get above 569.10 to show us that this right shoulder is played out and it wants to go higher. Now, if you look at it, we've also got a conservative target, and I really hope if it does play out, it is only this tiny little target that it will reach. And there you are. Let's have a look here. If it can just do this tiny projection, it can only go to 485.12, and then maybe it can bounce from there. So just be careful. The chart of British American Tobacco does not look that well. Let's look at Remgrow. Sorry, the guy asked about Renergen. Sorry, not Remgrow, but Renergen. There was another request for Remgrow, but Renergen. Stefan asked about Renergen, and I think he likes this company. Let's have a look here. Well, Stefan, look at this. This is now the opposite of an Anheuser Busch or a British American chart. Look at it. There was a low, higher low, and if you look at the trend here, the trend is telling us a clear trend that the trend is up. Look at that. There you are. There's the support line, and I can show you just another support line here. There you are. There you are. I mean, look at that. Beautiful higher lows, rallied away from its 40-week moving average, came back to test it, bounce off the support line, and up it goes again. This looks a good chart to me. The only problem is, Stefan, I mean, it went from 8 Rand in January, and it's now around 22 Rand. That's a beautiful rally. So just be a little bit careful. If you do want to chase the momentum, of course, that's a different story. Then you can chase the momentum and use a stop loss of this 40-week moving average, and that's sitting at 20 Rand and 4 cents. And by the way, above, there you are, above 22.53, it will give us another beautiful higher high, and then we can maybe see 23.20, 24.67, and even 27 Rand 22. Good chart, looks nice to me. Let's have a look at Sasol. We just talked about Sasol a few seconds ago. I mean, can you remember that? This is the chart that we were worried about many years ago, and we thought it will never play out, and it did play out. But look at this chart now. It looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, it was around 24, 25 Rand here. Look at it. It turned the 40-week moving average in a support. It bounced off it the other day, and by the way, oh, it's Koos that's asking about it. Koos, beautiful chart, almost the same story as Renergen. Beautiful uptrend. Look at it. There you can just see, and it looks like if it is, it's very interesting. It looks like we're seeing a beautiful ascending channel, and that gives us some nice opportunities. Look at it. Every time that it bounces to the top, it comes back to test the support, right to the top, come back to test the support. Now, for me, it's quite easy then to say, don't buy it now, don't chase it, because it showed us now from January, it will probably come back to this line. That will be around 232 Rand 49, and then bounce off that again. That's maybe the area to buy it. Close to this 40-week moving average, that's 221 Rand 40 week. Buy it around then. Don't chase the momentum now, unless you are a momentum trader and you believe that this channel is going to be the next support for a higher move to the upside. And chase it above 290.04, maybe make use of a stop loss of 235.68. Good chart, turn around above the 40-week moving average. Nice channel, looks solid to me. Well, let's have a look at Murray and Roberts. Johan is asking about Murray and Roberts. And I mean, this is one of the companies that also was on the brink of going bankrupt a while back. And I mean, the infrastructure in South Africa, although we worried about it, it is here and there starting to pick up. And look at this chart, a solid performer. I mean, it's coming from 4 Rand. Can you believe it? In May, it was around 3 Rand 60. Now it's a stock of 13 Rand 73 cents. Same story. It's a momentum trade chart. Above the 40-week moving average. I would rather wait for it to back to around 10 Rand 36 before I'll buy it, but the momentum is up, and strangely enough, if we have time, let's quickly show you, there's another ascending channel here, and every time that it gets to the top, it bounces off there, so I'll wait patiently for the chart to come back to this line of this moving average 10 Rand 25. Buy it. I mean, if you do buy it now, you chase momentum. I mean, a matter of 2 or 3 weeks, because this is a weekly chart, it went from 10 Rand to 13.73. Beautiful rally. So momentum is to the upside. Chart looks solid. I think if you look at the show tonight and you say, okay, I want to buy it, you may be a little bit late to buy it. Well, let's visit our website, www.fransdeklerk.com, for more info, and we will chat again.